everyone, welcome to another edition of Gotlegs. Today I thought I'd show you around a bit in my pain cave, the place where I do my winter training, and basically give some tips and pointers to a good way to actually make a cave like this. So let's take a look at it. So this is actually my bike room. So I have all my bikes in here. I have my winter bike, my summer bike, my time trial bike. I have all my wheels. I have basically everything cycling related that's in here. Besides my clothes, because that's in another room. So I have like a closet in another room where I have all my cycling clothes. But this is where most of my cycling stuff is. So when it comes to setting up an indoor trainer setup, I've got my road bike that I usually use during the summer, and I got it hooked up to a home trainer. Now for a lot of years I basically used a basic home trainer. It was an Elite Super Chrono something, didn't have any cables or anything. So it was just resistance based, but I was able to use Swift anyways because I have the power meter on my bikes and also an N Plus receiver in my computer. So I was able to transmit that data from a power meter to Swift and thus being able to ride on Swift. But this is so much clever. This is the Tacx Neo. It's a much better experience than the normal turbo trainers out there. You get a lot more realistic feel when you're riding. Not so much when you ride over cobbles and gravel and all that. I actually have that set off have that off on the off setting because I think it was kind of pointless. But the feel you get when you're actually riding is a lot more road realistic than on older turbo trainers. So this is a great turbo trainer, the Tacx Neo. You can also get the Tacx Flux, or you can get the Wahoo Kicker and all those. Direct drive means that is not noiseless, but it's not as noisy as other trainers can be. It offers good resistance. It offers, basically it's a pretty good trainer. So highly recommend that. I use my summer bike on this turbo trainer, and a lot of the questions you get throughout the winter is people asking, is it safe for a bike to be on a turbo trainer? And basically it is. There's no evidence that says otherwise. So go ahead, use your nice bike on a turbo trainer. If you can buy a dedicated bike for it, but otherwise just use it like this. If you have the option to actually have this set up permanently, I also highly recommend that. We used to live in an apartment where I was dragging the Tacx Neo in and out every time I needed to use it, and it's quite heavy. And it usually took about maybe 10-15 minutes to set up. So having this stationary already is a lot easier for me, at least. On the bike I have like a sweat cover from Tacx. Basically any sweat cover will do, just making sure that you don't get sweat all over your nice frame. You can't really avoid it anyway, so it's just some protection, but it's not bulletproof. I also carry a towel because I sweat a lot, and that's nice to have a towel to just wipe your face off and stuff like that. Always remember to have a bottle with you when you're indoor training because you will sweat a lot if you're really digging into it. I also use my Garmin head unit just to get more data. You have it right here. And also I like to look down on this when I'm doing efforts instead of on the screen. Which takes me to the screen. I have my computer right here, which is connected to Swift when I'm riding. Just makes the whole experience a lot more fun, and also makes data transfer to Strava and Training Peaks a lot easier. When I didn't use Swift, I actually just said that if I rode 30 kilometers an hour. So if I rode an hour, I had done 30 kilometers. Swift is a bit more generous with that. Also got the iPad right here just to run some YouTube off, watch videos, watch TV, whatever I can get away with. Some people might say, why aren't you running Swift off the small screen and then using the big screen for TV and other stuff? Basically because I have an old iPad, I have the iPad mini, and it doesn't support Swift, or the other way around. I can't use Swift on it, so basically that's why I'm not using it. A very important thing is ventilation. So I got a fan right here, and I got a fan right here. I used to use this exclusively, but then I bought this, and it just gives a lot more wind. And when you're riding indoors, you will tend to heat up. So everything you can do to cool yourself down is very much appreciated. Also, sit by a window or door or some sort of opening so you can get fresh air in, because it will get hot. Another thing that always is handy is have some sort of table where you can put your stuff on. I use the Tax Neo box as a table. And I have my phone on here, and I also have my shoe covers when I'm riding. And that basically, I'm using my phone to actually navigate through Swift. So when you get power-ups and stuff like that, I use the phone to give me the aero benefits and the drafting benefits and stuff like that. So good thing to have like a table in handy. Also, if you're watching it in front of a TV or anything, you can have the remote and blah, blah, blah. Hi there. I think most recent trainers come with this block like this from Tax, where you actually raise the front wheel a bit. And if you don't have one of these, or that didn't come with your trainer, you can basically just use a book. You can. I'm not kidding you. You can just use a book. It works perfectly fine. Now, if you're living in an apartment and you have people below you, it's probably a good idea to test out which trainers are the quietest. I know a lot of the direct trainers are quite a bit quiet, but also I have to give a shout out to my Elite Super Chrono fluid trainer from Elite, because that was really quiet and didn't cause too much vibration, which is actually the main cause of noise when you're riding a turbo trainer. So that is a great trainer. Basically any fluid trainer I think is pretty good for riding in an apartment. Also, you can use like these yoga mats to take off some of the vibration from it. I've used mine in our apartment where we lived for 3 years, and before that my own apartment for maybe 2 or 3 years as well, and didn't have any complaints from the neighbors or anything like that. So get a trainer that's really quiet. Now, if you live in a house like I do and you don't have to worry about noise, you can basically choose whatever trainer you want. Probably stay away from the Le Mans trainer. I've heard that they are great feeling and all that, but my God, are they loud. It sounds like a jet is taking off next to you. So I guess that's it for now. This is the place where I do most of my interval training this winter. And I'm actually getting on Swift as we speak, doing 1 hour and 30 minutes. And although the weather is pretty good outside, I have an FTP test coming up on Friday. Today's Tuesday. So I want to get as many hours in on my turbo trainer to just get the feel going before I'm actually doing the test on Friday on the trainer. So the more you adapt to the way of riding on a trainer, the more realistic results you're actually going to get. And I have a bit of a training plan coming up, and I'll tell you about that a bit later. I think I'll do it in the FTP video. So there will be an FTP video later this week where I'll do my FTP test, and then I'll tell you why I did it and what's coming up for the next 4 weeks. So guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching once again. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, watch the other videos, and until next time, bye.